We just spent over 10,000 yen on a single bowl of ramen here in Tokyo. That's the same price as 100 different bowls of ramen from the cheapest ramen store, also here in Tokyo. Is it actually worth it? As someone who runs a ramen business here in Tokyo, I'm used to balancing quality with cost, but with Wagyumafia, it's on a completely different scale. They're selling an entire experience. But even with the world's best beef or most expensive beef, I had to see if the flavour actually lived up to the hype. But to truly test the scale, I had to go to the absolute opposite end of the spectrum. I heard there was a shop selling ramen for only 100 yen. That's less than $1. I couldn't understand how they could even afford the bones for this kind of broth. So I went there and asked how long they boiled their bones for. His answer made everything click. They don't use any. Today, we're comparing the extreme ends of Tokyo's ramen scene. We've got the 10,000 yen bowl versus the 100 yen bowl of ramen. Which one would I actually eat again? Let's start off with the most expensive ramen in the city. We've just come to Mashi No Mashi. It's a chain that was originated in Hong Kong. But the cool thing about this place, they cater to the Japanese taste. So there's a few things that is different here compared to what they have in Hong Kong, for example. This place is the most expensive ramen. It's ichiman isen for a bowl. So I think if that's in dollars, it's roughly about $70. So the most expensive one we could find in Tokyo anyway. You might be wondering why it's the most expensive. Easiest answer in Japan, Wagyu ramen. It's what I do just to bring the price point up. It's really cool here. As you see from the sign, they're really outrageous. They're very happy to give good vibes. It's just good vibes in this place. You're not just paying for the ramen, you're paying for the vibes. That kind of ambience that you'll get. Let's check it out.
Mashi No Mashi Tokyo Wagyu gyoza.
This is their chashu wagyu. They cooked it for 8 hours. This is Zach's one. The noodles are really good. I always like these wavy noodles. That's why tourists like these kind of places. You know, I was going to open a restaurant in England. The whole illashaimase thing was something I was going to incorporate. You should do it here in Japan. Yeah. It's exactly what they do, right? Now, wagyu is so soft. Let's try the gyoza. So apparently, they're more using vinegar and black pepper instead of soy sauce. Look at the size of these gyoza. They're kind of gyoza in there. The skin on there outside, that's a sweet gig. It tastes similar to a sausage roll you get in England. You know what I mean? With all the herbs and stuff. You've never had a sausage roll?
まあ、ね、ごめん。いかがですか？
美味しいです。美味しいですね。和牛がすごい柔らかいですね。やっぱりみんなお客さんの方ってほとんど外国人ですか？
そうですね。今は8割以上外国人。
8割？もちろん全部英語だもんね。そっか。
やっぱり海外の方が旅行で日本に来て和牛を食べるってなった時に、
せっかく日本に来て食べれるものなんだよね。that's right. Say slurp like a box on the bowls. The noodles are so big you can't fucking slurp. They were really good noodles though. It was very strong tasting. It was a little bit too salty. It was a strong hit, both from the wagyu, both from the soup. One thing I should mention, I know I'm criticizing here, I change my recipe if I have foreign customers to Japanese customers. Japanese customers don't like as much sodium, don't like as much a strong taste. But of course, they're really cool guys, really cool company. I would definitely recommend coming here just for the vibes, as well as the wagyu. If you haven't tried wagyu before, it's still very, very good in that respect. And they invited us to a party, a ramen party that I am allowed to go to. So I'm really looking forward to that part as well. Alright, cheers guys. Come join us for the cheapest bowl of ramen. We're here in Hachioji. It's a really cool place to live. It's like the edge of countryside to Tokyo. 35 minutes getting here on the train. You got Mount Takao, that's only 2 stops away from here. We did check out a few venues down here, so we do know this area. I think we're in the coolest place in Hachioji, and we travelled all this way for 100 yen ramen. We spent more on the train, $15 I reckon. After doing some research, we found out that the 100 yen ramen shop isn't just a ramen shop, and it's actually a community-driven project to bring people back to Hachioji. There used to be a famous 100 yen ramen shop back in the day called Manpukude, and the owner wanted to revive this idea and bring attention to the area that they're based in. It's why they sometimes have volunteers working and why they encourage filming of the actual restaurant. So the actual concept plays on the fact that it's 100 yen. En in kanji or Japanese means connection. So it's kind of play on 100 yen equal 100 connections.
スープは
どのぐらい作ってるんですか？
時間はだいたい3分ぐらいでご提供可能です。醤油と塩の2種類があって、
ああ、アサリの方。
そうですね。結構あっさりしたものに。
じゃあスープ自体は何時間やってるんですか？
スープ自体は作るのはだいたい1時間ぐらいではあるんですけど、出汁は実は取ってなくて、豚とか鶏とかではなくて、旨味調味料ですね。旨味の粉ですね。っていうのを調合して醤油と合わせて作る。
やってんだね。
なのでコストを抑えて、はい。
ああ、だからやっぱり。
そうです。なので100円でご提供できる。
そう。
はい。
We just got our 100 yen ramen.
This is 100 yen.
This is it's a tonkotsu asari, and they don't actually use any bones at all. You essentially using dashi. There's a dashi broth with shoyu and shio tare. He was saying that's how they keep their costs down. But I mean, to be fair, it has just been the 100 yen ramen. And if they've got their own brand of like sentition and stuff, they must actually do well. I think it's probably being able to say it's 100 yen ramen. Let's give this a go anyway. Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah. I'm guessing they probably order in their noodles. Noodles are really good. They've got a nice bite to them. It's very light. You can't get lighter than this. The nori, the seaweed. This is just hilarious. Look. Check out the size of that. You can't laugh at them. It's 100 yen, and it wasn't like they were trying to hide how they made the ramen. His attitude, very cool guy, but he was more like, it's 100 yen. Noodles fantastic, huh?
Yeah.
My God, Zach. You eat like a gerbil.
I'm a gerbil. The noodles, how are the noodles compared to these? I'm sure it's a lot different, right?
Thick noodles go with thick soup, because thick soup already sticks to noodles. And that's why it's because it's a thickened gyukotsu, which is like a beef-based ramen broth. It will stick to it more so, right? I guess it's more of the idea of like, okay, we're charging this amount, it's got to be worth it. It's not a meal that you're going to eat it and then you're going to feel hungry again a couple of hours later. They're going to fill you up with something like this. This is so light. Noodles are a lot better. I prefer thin noodles anyway, so I'm a bit biased. But I prefer this. It's got more of a kick. Ramen noodles, it has that elasticity, that bounce that you don't get with pasta. If you have them thick noodles, you don't usually get that bite. I always prefer the place that's like cheaper, more down to earth. When we went to Mashi No Mashi, it was so theatrical with their loud colours, loud people. It was just fun, definitely. And they catered to the tourists. But with here, he was just like, look, it's 100 yen, mate. I'm having a good time. It's a great job. He seems happy. But broth-wise, even though it has no bones in it at all, I definitely prefer this. Not overwhelming, not overpowered. It's not like the most in-depth taste ever. But paying 100 yen, that's crazy.
What ingredients do you think really makes a ramen?
I think it's more preference though, because they cater to tourists, right? We cater to tourists as well. So the ramen that I would serve to Japanese people or even the foreigners who live in Japan, if I had a restaurant, I wouldn't serve the stuff that we serve in our class. Depending on the time of year, the seasons, your taste buds do actually change a little bit. So it's better to have a punchier flavour going towards summer. There's never right or wrong, especially with ramen. There's so many layers. You got to think about it. Each thing is a recipe. So if you put in all these toppings, you're overdoing it anyway. The whole reason for ramen and the way it works is really balancing out all the flavors. Everything is interesting. But this is simple, easy. I mean, I'd rather be in this vibe anyway. If I hadn't spoken to the guy who works here, it would have been a completely different impression.
You have so many people who visit your class and they're all foreigners, obviously. For a ramen enthusiast, where would you recommend them? This place or Mashi No Mashi?
If we were including area, then I would have said come travel here. It's 100 yen just to experience it to a certain degree, because they can play on the fact that it's 100 yen. But from our demographic, I would have said Mashi No Mashi. From a business perspective, that makes more sense. Foreigners love that Japanese-esque vibes. And like they were showing us the big bone. You wouldn't be able to do that in a place like this. Right. They know, like we know, most people don't actually see that aspect. I would have suggested the customers to have gone there. And they probably would have enjoyed that ramen more so than like us who live here. So there you have it. Personally, I would have had the 100 yen ramen again. The 10,000 yen ramen was delicious, but it's just a little bit too much money for me. It was a little bit too heavy, and I just can't justify paying 10,000 yen when you get an amazing bowl of ramen for 1,000 yen anywhere in Tokyo. But what would you guys choose? Would you pay 10,000 yen for a bowl of ramen? I'm sure there might be more cheap and fancy places of ramen all over this city. So let us know if you'd like us to go and check out more of these kind of stores.